to Sandy Hook Facts and sandyhookfacts.com. This is your host, C.W. Wade. Recently, Wolfgang Halbig revived the long-debunked myth that the Gene Rosen interview in front of the Everyone Check-In sign occurred on 12/14/12.
On December the 14th, 2012, there's a gentleman that everybody across the world got to know. His name is Gene Rosen. He appeared on every national network. I mean, he was everywhere. What people didn't realize what was behind him, there was this huge electronic traffic sign. And Richie, what it said, everyone must check in.
Now, this was actually debunked by me back in April of 2014, and even back then I was tired of listening to Wolfgang say it. So let's briefly listen to the original debunking of this. My other stuff, I forgot to look at Sophia Smallstorm's sign-in sign, so since I gotta keep hearing Halbig say that over and over and over, I'm gonna go ahead and look at it. So, here we go, let's examine this sign-in sign.
Have pointed out the check-in sign at the firehouse. You could see it on TV. Was this for emergency teams and the press to keep track of who showed up and what they had come for? Was it for the hundreds of parents looking for their kids? It's an illuminated sign as well, clearly a part of equipment.
Well, we are hearing new stories of strength and resilience after the tragedy in Newtown. And one man says if there is any strength to be found after this ordeal, it lies in the brave students that survived that day. Last Friday morning, Gene Rosen discovered a group of students in his driveway. Last Friday morning, Gene Rosen discovered a group of students in his driveway. Last Friday morning, Gene Rosen discovered a group of students in his driveway near the Sandy Hook Elementary School. But it was not until he brought them inside, comforting them with stuffed animals and some juice, that he learned exactly what they had just been through. He was so inspired by their perseverance in the face of such tragedy, he is sharing the lessons he learned from these young survivors, and why one of his greatest hopes now is to someday see them again. Gene Rosen joins us live now from Newtown. Mr. Rosen, thank you so much for being here. God bless you for the help you provided those young children in such a traumatic moment. Take us through it if you would. You walk outside of your door, you're about to go and get some breakfast, and what did you see at the end of the driveway?
Now, the original interview was, of course, published December 18th, 4 days after the shooting, and she even says last Friday morning. So we know it was well after the day of the shooting. Now, obviously, there are countless photos and videos of the firehouse on 12/14. To date, not a single hoaxer has been able to produce a photo or a video of that sign there on 12/14, despite the fact that for well over 1 year, I have challenged them to produce that evidence. Present research indicates that the sign was delivered there most likely on 12/15 or very late 12/14. The sign is, of course, in place to handle the countless numbers of press and others who descended upon the town and to control traffic in the area. We will get more into that in another video. What we are going to quickly do is take a look at some other video. This is Officer Seabrook's dash cam. As we can see by the timestamp on his dash cam, he passed the firehouse at about 9:42. There's of course no sign there. Firehouse isn't even open. This is verified by other troopers. This dash cam is Connecticut State Trooper Master Sergeant Davis. He's now a lieutenant. He passed the firehouse at about 9:44. So you can see how quickly ranking Connecticut State Police personnel were on scene. He was followed by Trooper McGeever. And then Trooper Blumenthal, who's also a registered nurse. We can look at countless news report videos from that day.
Process this scene over at the school and also another scene here in town. So there's just crime scenes, two major crime scenes in a town that rarely ever sees any crime whatsoever, never mind a massive
This is the corner. Of course, we have a lot of helicopter footage from that day. And again, there's no check-in sign. Finally, we have Lieutenant Cinco's dashcam. We'll turn on his timestamps using the closed captioning feature. We will see he passed the firehouse at about 11:40, and there's no sign inside. As indicated in the final report, his dash cam was labeled Mohall, but we'll get into that. There is no check-in sign there on the corner, but there is obviously a need to control traffic, so you can see that that was probably a concern of theirs. And even well into the night, with this news interview, we see that there is no check-in sign.
Elect Chris Murphy walking in to also show their condolences and show their support during this tragedy. A state spokesperson told us that they have assigned state troopers to each of the family members for the next few days, and they told us why they're doing it.
This interview clearly shows that corner, and while it does show the Christmas trees for sale sign, it does not show a check-in here sign, and that's because this footage is taken on December 14th. Sandy Hook Facts, in its commitment to factual research into the Sandy Hook shooting, has been conducting Freedom of Information Act requests. We have discovered the source of the check-in sign. We received email confirmation of that source. We will soon be receiving the documents, and when we receive those documents, we will release them to the public, as has been our policy with other information we obtain. So we will bring that report later. Meanwhile, hoaxers continue their massive disinformation campaign. They continue manipulating people, and they continue lying, and they do so to raise money. So that's it for this one. See you in the next one.
Programs to watch the video, when I think that's a
You gotta be kidding me. You can go on any YouTube and watch the dash cam videos. How do millions of people watch it every day with date and timestamp? I'm actually in Newtown Police Department and I can't even see it on their computer. And then I pay it and I still don't get the date and timestamp. You know, and that's their computer. So forget all of this pushing buttons and stuff. You know, so you know what? Lieutenant Cinco retired. Now the chief is retired. I think there's going to be a lot of people just leaving this town.
Dispatcher.
Dispatcher.